What's good? What's good? What's going on, YouTube world and the world, I should say. Not just YouTube. What's going on, world? What's happening? What's good with you? Once again, it's your main man, the co-host of Thoughts of a Brother, Derek Aaron. I actually put something together for you guys. I've been working on this for a while, so I hope you like it. I hope you appreciate it. It's a little different. I actually surprised myself because I'm usually not one that'll rock the boat, but I've learned recently that this ain't my boat. This ain't my boat. God is driving this boat, and wherever He wants me to go, I'm just on the water having me a good time. That's it. That's all. So with that, I would tell you this much. I won't give a lot of what I've done, but I will give you this much of it, so you know what's going on. I've named it the Trilogy because it's 3 parts to it. This is the first part. This is the initial installment, and it's the Trilogy because I'm going to give you all 3 parts too, back to back. It's done. It took me a year and my couple months to put it all together, but it's done. With that, this is the first part of the Trilogy. I won't give you any more if I go to talking too much. I will tell you this though: it's presented in a letter format, so it's 3 parts and it's 3 letters. If that makes any sense. I don't want to confuse you more than I need to because I want to keep your attention. But here we go. Here's the first part of the Trilogy. Dear religion, first and foremost, allow me to establish one individualistic fact. I love God. I have no outward benefit in relaying this sentiment. The reasoning behind me expressing my love for God is to paint the picture I plan to forecast in this letter. I love God because in my intrinsic understanding, the acknowledgement of God instills my desire to serve and love. Some may say, well, you don't need God for that. My reply, it works for me. If I am a better individual in doing so, why does my individual approach matter? This question leads me to why I took the initiative to write you. The concept of you makes a lot of sense. The understanding of believing in something to better the collective whole, arguably the most selfless concept in a misguided, selfish, competitive world. But here's where things become complex. I appreciate the examples that have been set forth within your makeup. The examples are exceptional servants and worthy examples to withstand their given praise. However, I want to propose a question. They are examples, correct? Examples of God's love. So, what about God, your supposed creator? You don't have to answer that now. I will explain my intent behind the question. The examples you have offered are all of human descent, created by God. So, God created man in His own image. In the image of God, created He him. Male and female created He them. Genesis, the 1st chapter, 27th verse. The same Bible that regulates your concept tells me all men are equal. Yet, your examples are transcendent in an understanding that you say I could never be. Intrinsically, I hear what I hear. I know what I hear. And I know who is relying it to me. I stated previously, it works for me. If I was a betting man, I would put my money on the fact that your examples heard the same voice in their journeys to greatness. Your concept instructs me to follow you in your examples. Once again, what about God? Oh yes, I know. He's important too. I just need to think your examples to reach Him. Think on that. I will continue. Could it be your examples were just that, examples? The exemplification of God's love and formidable interaction? Can I not also transcend the same? Is that not the reasoning for the example? If not, the example and you are overshadowing God. Why would you want to outshine anyone? And especially your supposed creator, God. I do not mean to come off as harsh. I apologize. But it's difficult questioning you. After all, you were embedded in me. It is extremely hard to confront what I willingly accepted. Consequently, I get your concept, but I reject your standardization. What I see and feel is for me. What you tell me I should see and feel is for who? What benefit is it to you if I serve and love wholeheartedly? You're worldly. Your understanding is self-centered and brings about separation. I cannot take you with me to God. I will stand on my own account, assured in service and love. I know you're busy, and I'm trying to wrap this up. Excuse my candor, but I want years of misunderstanding explained in a day. God revealed himself to me in that way, and you are his concept, right? God has never left me. Intrinsically, I feel him in every breath I breathe. As I stated earlier, it works for me. If others can transcend service and love without such a belief, that is what works for them. And I will be the first to say, I'm perfectly fine with that. For me, God is love. So I'm lining up quite well with the others I referenced in retrospect. Did you notice I did not condemn them? Alternatively, I expressed love towards their understanding. Moving along. I'm not sure of your intentions, but I have witnessed your division. Your concept is worthy. However, your integration can be manipulative. I'm not condemning you. I'm only offering a platform for open discussion. Or is that something you're not willing to partake in? As I mentioned previously, I feel, and in addition, talk to God every day. He is very open, even when I do not obey his advice. Are you open to discussion? I'm sorry. I know I said I was wrapping up. Bear with me, please. I'm getting there. The creator of your concept and my understanding is God, not you or your examples. Y'all did not formulate the concept. Correct me if I'm wrong. We all look to God for guidance. What am I missing here? Maybe nothing. I have God, and it is joyous. I just don't comprehend who is in charge of you. If you're open to discussion, I'll be here. Until then, I will continue my journey with God. If your concept is truly authentic, we will meet up because you will be reaching out to God too. Then again, maybe you will continue to do you. Blessings, DLR. I hope you guys enjoyed that. As I said, this is the first part of the trilogy. I do want to put this out there. I know that's a little different, and I know that's I probably caught a lot of people off guard, and I understand that, and I'm willing to accept whatever comes with that. But I do want to say this to you: whatever you believe and whatever you feel God is telling you to do, do it. Don't let nobody else tell you different. You do it. You just go ahead and do it. You go ahead and do it. That's what you do. That's what I'm learning more and more every day of my life, and it feels good. It really feels good. With that, I'm not going to close it out and tell you enjoy your day, enjoy life, because I'm not finished. I'll be back with part 2 of the trilogy. Sit tight. What's good? What's good? I'm back with you, man. What's going on, world? It's your main man, co-host of Thoughts of a Brother, Derek L. Randall, and this is part 2 of the trilogy. I'm not going to prolong it. I'm going to go right into it. A letter to the United States Army. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm well aware you have trained and molded many. I, in no way, feel the need to individualize myself. One team, one fight. In introduction, I am a soldier. I was raised in a small town in the country. My aspirations were to one day see the big city. I had it all figured out. The plan was to get college out of the way and establish myself in the world. However, my plan was not the plan God had for me. The process transpired quite differently. I embarked on a journey that would allow me to see the world. A journey that turned an unstructured boy into an organized soldier. I will be real, I was young and maturing. So much of my organization was retained and processed years later. Nevertheless, the soldier I portray today is the soldier who served then. Subtract the immaturity and the reflection reveals the heart of a soldier. An apology, I could have been better. I just didn't get it then. I want to thank you for a few things. One, the opportunity to be a part of something with a lasting meaning. 2, the opportunity to build bonds and friendships I would have never imagined. The overall understanding of an individual changes once he or she has to trust another individual with his or her life. The individual never quite viewed things the same. It allows the mind to conceptualize there is a power in established unification. I often laugh, thinking what if the world was done? We would all be pretty tight. Every situation has its faults. We all are human. There will be discrepancies. I will not prolong that. However, I will state this. Stand up and be an army of one, united. The example has been demonstrated. I know I was privileged to partake. Things a little different out here. But you prepared me for war. I got it. Compared to deployment, this year is a piece of cake. My only hope now is I will one day experience the same unification in the United States. Blessings, old soldier. I actually posted this already, but I wanted to give it to you out of my mouth. I wanted you to hear this from me because I wrote this, and I wrote this from a place of understanding. I wrote this really from a true place of understanding. I just sat out and I said I want to write a letter to the Army, and this is what I came back with. And I didn't know where I was going because I'm going to be honest with you. There's been some days I've been mad with the military, some days I've been happy with the military. I just didn't know. But when I read it, and I read it again today, that's how I feel. That's every bit of me. I'm very appreciative and understanding in the fact that everything I encounter in life is for a reason. Everything. And it's a beauty in it. It's a beauty in those things. You just gotta take the negative out and see the positive. With that, sit tight. Part 3 of the trilogy coming up next. What's good? What's good? I told you I'll be back. This is the final installment of the trilogy. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I will put this out there. This part of the trilogy for me is the kiss goodnight. This one. This is my heart. This is my heart right here. It's my heart right here. So I won't prolong it. I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. Here we go. Dear Daddy and Mama. Mama, you always told me this. Be the best you. This statement propels my desire. Daddy, you convincingly stated you will be all right. This sentiment has solidified my drive. I have accomplished a lot since those words were projected. However, I understand it was God speaking to me through your hearts. Your smile in this moment is not because of my accomplishments. No, you're smiling because your love has been accepted in return. Mama, your love propels me to the greatness. Being the best me is all I want to do. Daddy, I feel your presence often. Some days are better than others. But I cannot complain. You will live forever in my heart. By the way, you were on point with the insight. Your boy is all right. Love, your son. In closing out the trilogy, I do want to say this. These were 3 individual letters I wrote to individuals, the foundation of my life. My mom and my father plays the biggest part in my life. Everything you see today, I am because of them and God. I was raised in the church. I came up in the church. I understand the church. I'm not against the church. I'm not saying that. I don't want anyone to take it that way. And my heart is just with God, and I don't see what's wrong with that. If my heart is with God and your heart is with God, because that's ultimately where the church should line up, then that's okay. I just go about it different. That's okay. I'm not really into religion, and when church plays into religion, I kind of step back, and that's just my thing. I'm a spiritual person. I'm very spiritual. If you would ask me what religion am I, what am I this, I would tell you I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. And that's just me. That's just an honest truth to me, being honest with you. And I'm saying this to say this. Because I said this earlier in the first part of the trilogy, but I'm saying this to say this. Whatever's on your heart, whatever's in your mind and whatever on your heart, you do that. Don't let nobody get in front of you, and don't let nobody discourage you. Because this much I do know. When I was doing what everybody else around me was doing, I wasn't going nowhere. When I decided to do what God is telling me to do, I'm going somewhere. Now, granted, I don't have a big home. I don't have all these luxurious things. I understand it. I feel good, though. And that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. In my mind, I feel like I'm going somewhere. That is more money to me than you can ever give me in my hand in paper. That means more to me than anything else. And I'm going to get back to what I was saying because I went off on a tangent. But these are the kind of tangents I don't mind going off on. I'm going to get back to what I was saying. When I say this to mean this. The military established me in a way that I never been established. I would have never been established. It was at a time in my life where I was young and I wasn't mature enough to figure out what I was doing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Half of the time in the military, I just still didn't know what I was doing. But what I took out of what I got out of the military is really impactful in my life today. So that's why I wrote a letter to the military. I didn't know how I was going to write that letter to the military because I'll be honest with you, sometimes I had animosity towards the military. And now, today, I understand it's no reason to have animosity with anyone. The journey is yours, and those times you fall and the things you find difficult are there for you to grow, period. The religion. I'm gonna speak on that for a minute because we're still in the trilogy before I go out. The religion part. I know that might catch some people from the left or the right, and they might figure like, okay, I didn't think you would do that. Listen, I'm gonna do what God tells me to do. Period. Point blank. Period. I don't have to go with the masses to do what God tells me to do. There's nowhere that was written. If we look back on it, the examples that are played out inside of religion didn't go with the masses. That's why they became great examples. So remember this when someone is telling you what you're doing is wrong, or if it's going against what they're doing, if you feel it in your heart, God is putting it on your mind, go ahead and do it. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I'm telling you, he told me. Now, you see how good I feel. You'll feel just the same way. With that, I close it out by saying this to my mom and dad. I lost my dad recently, and it was a journey for me. It was really a journey for me, and the beauty of it, I tell my close friends Corey and T and Bonus all the time. I tell them this all the time. What I learned going through losing my dad put me where I am right now. I wouldn't change it for the world. I would not change it for the world. It was an out of body experience almost. I mean, I was in it, but at the same time, I wasn't in it. I was okay with whatever happened. I was okay. I don't want to get into all that. I'm sorry. I messed this up. What's up? I'm back. And you know what? I was finishing up the last part of the trilogy. I've already read the letter and everything, and I was talking in the end, and I got kind of emotional. And then I felt like I was getting too personal because I was sharing myself in a way that I'm not familiar with. And I wouldn't say so much familiar because I'm a lot more open today than I was years ago. But I surprised myself just a few minutes ago, and sitting back, and then I went and watched it, of course, to preview it. I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna finish the trilogy off like that, and it's raw. It's me, and it's what I felt, and it was my heart. So I'm gonna put that out. I want to come back and clean it up so you'll know. I didn't finish the trilogy off by saying how we ended out with enjoy your day, enjoy your life, because I really thought I was finna X that, but I'm gonna keep that. I hope you guys enjoyed the trilogy. Of course, I'll be doing some more things like that in the future. I would love to hear back from you. Hear your feedback, hear how things, how you feel towards what I say or my opinions. I'm an open dude, man. I'm an open dude. It was a time where you might have came at me and had a different opinion, and it would have went left. Today, hey, I really like going left. I think I learn more when things go left. I don't like things to line up so much because I don't feel like I'm learning so much out of it. I like the challenge. It's not even a challenge. It's the understanding of two different point of views, perspective coming together, and ultimately growing. That's what it is. That's what it's all about for me. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the trilogy. I hope you enjoy anything I share with you guys. I hope you enjoy whatever I do and whatever I present. I don't mean any harm, or I'm not trying to personally benefit from anything I'm doing. My joy is in writing. My joy is in writing and in sharing myself. So this is really a joy for me. I mean, if you don't want to look at me, don't look. If you don't want to read, don't read. I mean, but for me, I have the freedom to do that, and that's what I enjoy doing. Besides that, it's not a personal benefit. I'm not trying to get anything. I'm not trying to gain nothing. I mean, pretty much, I just want to share myself with the world, and I want to share myself in love. With that, enjoy your day, enjoy life.